I'm gonna steal your sunshine and I'll shit on your parade. Don't get me started on doing Michael Caine. My opinion matters, yours will fall in last place. I'm not shutting up and you'll be learning my name. Fifth in the family, but first in my mind. 1 out of 10, but I'm ranking just fine. We've only got now, there's no afterlife. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm just speaking my mind. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everyone's coming on Kyle tonight. Wait, what? No, nobody's coming on Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shoot up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shut up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die.
Yeah. That's not annoying at all. Welcome. We are live here with Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up on YouTube, or if you're listening in the distant future on iTunes or Stitcher or some other program. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, so I don't know what they're going to be listening to. But most likely iTunes. Probably, I think that's solidly going to be on for a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any stats on any of that.
Yeah, right? No, we haven't got any stats yet. We're waiting. I'm hoping. But we officially dropped last week's episode yesterday. So moving forward, we are going to be dropping every episode that we do live the following Monday.
Yeah, it did go live today?
It went live yesterday. Okay, so cool. It was out yesterday. Awesome. So it's the Moot TV, the Moot.tv Monday, basically. They drop Let Me Ask You a Question. They drop Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. Right. Hey, if you're listening, that's probably where you're finding it. Thank you for tuning in. Joining me, as always, is Mr. Justin Olimpedo.
Hello.
You always have so much to say. You're a real talkative guy. I don't know. What else is there to say? I don't know. I'm here. You're here. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we're running a little late tonight. We're running late because we once again decided to take it light with a song and do like a 7-minute song this week.
Are they going to progressively just keep getting longer and longer?
We're going to be writing like a 18-minute song next week. Yeah.
We wrote an 18-hour song in 2 hours.
I don't know how we did this.
That's fucking impressive.
It is impressive. Speaking of impressive, joining us is Mr. Zachary.
Shit.
Stormin'. He's saying shit because he doesn't have a beer to open.
The beer's already open.
The beer's already open because it's coming out of a tap.
Yeah.
Now, this week is an awesome episode because we are being joined by a brewery. We have a brewery in the house with us.
Oh, yeah.
And we're sipping on their beer. I haven't tried it yet.
Well, I have. I couldn't fucking wait.
So joining us, we have we have Joe and Josh from Abomination Brewing. They're going to be with us, and then during the later part of the episode, we're going to kind of get more in depth with them. But hi to you guys. Say hello to the world.
Hi, world.
Alrighty. Now, what is the name of this beverage that is in front of me now?
Shotgun Sour Swirl.
Shotgun Sour Swirl. Describe it to me before I sip it.
It's tropical.
Okay.
It's tart.
Okay.
It's a little funky.
Nice.
You know.
Now, Zach, you've already sipped it.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm feeling the funk.
You're feeling the funk. I was going to say, can you describe it to me before I sip it? We have the word of the person who made it describing it. Now, the guy who just tasted it for the first time, you get the funk?
Imagine if you had like a sour Capri Sun.
Ooh. I was just about to say
but
that,
it was,
I did take a sip.
That's
what it did taste like.
But it was really good beer.
Like a pineapple, a sour pineapple.
All right, well,
yeah.
Cheers. I'm going to take a sip and check this motherfucker out. Oh, that's a good description.
Now, how strong is this?
Ooh.
What was that one? The sour swirl.
This one's 7, I think.
6 or 7.
Seven?
No way.
For a sour?
This does not taste near that
juice.
at all.
It's like
Yeah,
pineapple
dude.
juice.
That is.
I was going to say, like,
dangerous. It's good.
a lot of sours are
7.1.
like 3.5,
Yeah,
4
3.5,
to get that flavor.
I don't know where
That
my phone is.
that is a ballsy sour.
I will say I don't like most sours because they're too sour.
Yeah, they're
I think
too
this is the
tart.
right-
They're too
yeah.
tart. The first sour I ever had, and the only Weyerbacher that I've ever hated, was their just Weyerbacher just has tart. It's like TARTE period. And I was at Floods, and I asked Drew for a beer. And he was like, "Oh, we got this new Weyerbacher." I'm like, "Fucking bring it!"
Bring it.
He opened it, puts it in front of me. I take a sip, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "I think your beer's bad, man." He's like, No, it's good. It's a tart beer." And I went, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "This must be fucking heavy in alcohol." And I'm sipping it, and I'm looking at the bottle, and it's like 3.8, and I was like, "All right, I'm pushing this forward. Thank you for that."
Sours are usually
on
lower
the weaker. Yeah,
side.
usually on the weaker.
Depending on how you do them, you can get them up there, but
Yeah.
We want to make one that was like 6-7% that you could just drink all day long too.
Well, that is,
Those are like
definitely what this
indigestion,
is.
like heartburn. Like,
Yeah, I'm not about those at all.
and I will say that my favorite.
I love heartburn. I just fucking.
anything that gives me
I was eating
heartburn.
deep fried. I
job.
eat deep fried hot dogs and empanadas for lunch.
Ooh, nice.
I was just like, I don't fucking like this
That'll
body at
kill
all.
you. You're like, this existence is.
It was a food truck outside of Lowe's
Nice.
selling hot dogs and empanadas.
Deep
and
fried hot dogs.
Fucking me and me
Deep fried
Mark
hot
could
dogs,
not
dude.
say no to.
You can't say
Was
no.
it
Combination.
was it like Pillsbury dough that they were wrapping around these things and then deep frying them?
No, it was just you took a wiener and you deep fried it and then you put it in a bun like a normal hot dog.
Not
So it's
grilled.
like-
Jesus, not
All
even
right.
coated in anything? Because
Yeah.
I guess it would be more like
No,
corn
just
dog.
like a,
at
what
that
do they
point.
call it? A ripper?
A ripper.
Because you fry it until it rips open and then it's done.
that's a common hot dog method.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it is.
Like you just gotta heat them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you know, I
definitely.
obviously had sauerkraut and the whole nine.
Yeah.
And
Huh?
everything bad
Sauerkraut.
for you.
That's good. Hey, you're only here once, and for
I'd
you,
be
it
in
might
bed
not
right
be a
now.
long one.
If that was my lunch, I'd be in bed.
If that was
Yeah,
my
my
lunch, I'd
stomach.
be really happy because that sounds like a delicious lunch.
It was good.
All right, now
was a
this
different
week,
time.
as I said, we have the guys from Abomination Brewing that are going to be joining us. We also have featured music during the first break, going to be coming from Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups. They are as they refer to themselves, I believe it's a torture rock or torture punk.
Right.
It's fucking fun, and for Halloween, no better style of music to go with than something like in your face New York hardcore punk.
No, you're right.
It just screams Halloween to me. So that is awesome. So we'll be hearing a song called Filth Eater by them in a little bit.
Can I also
Filth
cut you off?
Yes, you can always cut me off.
This also features another Will Savinsky.
Oh,
piece of art.
Savinsky, yeah. You guys have Savinsky he's done artwork for you.
Yeah.
He did our logo here as well. So another big
Yeah,
shout out
Will
to
did a
Will.
lot for us. Will's an awesome guy.
Yeah,
Will is
yeah.
phenomenal. He literally he came like I've said in the past. I told him just put our three faces on something and do your thing, and this is what he came back with, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it
it
looks
is.
so fucking sweet.
Yeah.
But speaking of Halloween, this weekend was the beginning of Halloween. Halloween.
Kyle, will
I
you
guess?
turn your mic a little bit?
A little
I'm
bit
sorry.
towards me?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
There you
Hello, there you go.
There we go.
All right. But it was the Halloween because Halloween is on a Wednesday, so you get 2 weekends of Halloween when that happens. You know?
Right.
So this
You're right.
past weekend was most of the big parties and everything, and then Wednesday will be the actual Halloween.
Right.
And then this weekend, my brother's getting married, so I don't get to keep going with Halloween.
I mean, you could. They
I
could.
think we
You
might
could
still.
really
We might.
just show up.
I'm
and
showing up as a guy in a tux.
Full It's Always
Why
Sunny.
not?
Craig's getting married.
Craig's getting
Craig's
married?
getting married on
That,
Saturday.
they should have.
Yeah.
They should have totally pulled. It's Always Sunny.
In what way?
Redid the episode. There was the one episode where it was the wedding, and it turned out that everybody was drinking the milk turned to zombies.
Oh yeah, ooh yeah, with the bird on his head. Yep. I do remember that. Yeah, that was a fucking. I don't think his lady's going for that one. Yeah, she said no on bath salts. That was where she drew the line.
Doesn't sound like a wedding I want to be at.
Wait, should I cancel my order?
How big of an order of bath salts are for the wedding?
One.
Nice. Yeah. Well, then no, keep that. Okay. But no more bath salts at this wedding. Right. We don't want to lose all of the noses. We don't want to eat all of the noses. Right. But this past weekend was at my job. We had our Halloween karaoke bash. Right. And I went as the least sexy librarian. That was my costume.
Yeah.
And I worked all day. I worked an 8-9 hour shift, totally in drag, full makeup.
Yeah,
I had beads on. I had 2 different Halloween brooches. I was wearing this nice. I went into Salvation Army and I found the girl working in the ladies' dress department, and like she was working at fucking Macy's. I was just like, I need an old lady, like fat old lady flower dress. Like, just give me a fat old lady flower dress. She was like, all right, and then she just walked around the department she worked in and helped me find this dress, which was great. And then I found a nice sweater to go over it. Yeah. And then again, the necklaces and the brooches. And then I did my hair up in a bun during the day, and I put like...
Sounds like you enjoyed it.
Oh, it was really fucking fun, except it was dead as hell all day long. So when it came to the actual karaoke party side of it, I don't remember after about midnight on that. So Justin and Zach, you were both there. Zach went as a pirate.
Make sure the cat doesn't knock the beer over. That's what I'm trying to whisper to you.
All right, well, why don't you just fucking say that, dude?
Because I wanted to be like sort of professional. And
slightly
like
professional.
This show is not professional.
Do you remember last week with the beer?
You're supposed to know.
We spilled the beer.
We did spill the beer.
I don't want to spill this beer.
This is good beer. Yeah. Right. But you guys
anyway,
you guys were at the karaoke Halloween this weekend, and Zach
the most underappreciated fucking pirate costume
ever. I gotta agree with him. Now,
dude, I spent hours listening to black metal and sewing this beautiful fucking pirate coat together. I put so I bought a coat that just gray overcoat. Sewed the sides down so it looked like an admiral. Sewed 20 fucking buttons on it. Gold chain. I had these tiny little split rings. I put these little skulls and anchors and shit all over it. I made my own fucking jewelry. I braided my hair with the beads and everything in it.
Still got it in.
Really went 5 hours into prepping this fucking costume. And when I walk in, people are like, oh, what's up, pirate?
Yeah, you're a pirate.
Not even like, yo, did you make this costume?
No.
Just like,
hey, pirate.
Oh, pirate.
He's
you know
a
what
pirate.
I mean? I spent a bunch of time and money because fucking beads at the craft store aren't cheap.
They're not.
Once I started loading the cart up, I was just like, yo, look at these. Look at that. Oh, my God.
You had some sweet necklaces, one you made and one you found at Salvation Army.
I felt like I put a lot of time into it. And
I think you have to now wear the jacket more often.
Well, I'm going to.
You're going to have to.
It's a cool jacket.
It is sweet. It is very sweet.
You know, what you should do is you should get your brother.
My brother.
Put that costume on and then go out.
Yeah, hang out with Kevin in his Jack Sparrow outfit. The two of you just hit the town.
Good.
That's great. It's a great idea.
I think you should do it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about tails?
I've never worn one, but I wish I had one.
Like my brother. Yeah. He does.
How would you dress up like Tails?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that. All right, so the Halloween weekend was fucking fun. It was nuts. I don't remember much after Three Little Pigs. I think I might have left shortly after.
I'm pretty sure that no, you guys were there for a little while after.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that got cut off short.
Probably. I don't really remember. It got cut off short in my brain, too.
Yeah.
I remember going up.
I've been sick since that night.
Since then?
I feel like absolute garbage since that night.
Well, this is also because Zach and I came up with a new thing this weekend.
I'm sorry.
It's the worst, but he loves it.
I fucking love it.
It's great. We are now, Zach and I are the Buka Boys.
Buka Boys!
Because we do Buka Bombs. Now, a Buka Bomb, if you're curious, it's Red Bull, and a shot of black Sambuca in it.
It's so bad, man.
And
Sounds fucking
black
awful.
Sambuca tastes like just
it's
straight
cough
black
syrup,
licorice.
dude. It's like cough
But when you
syrup.
add the Red Bull, it does taste more like a black jelly bean.
It does.
It literally
No, it
could just be
does.
called black jelly bean.
Yeah.
Because that's what it tastes like. But that's a
It's fucking-
terrible
Black jelly bean
thing that
is
I
licorice
think
flavored.
Yeah,
it is.
that's-
It is, but it's
Well, I love
slightly
black
sweeter.
licorice. It's like my
slightly
favorite.
sweeter
It's so good.
black Sambuca.
It's a rough
so,
one.
I don't know. We did at least 4 of them. We made Chris Cavalis do one.
4?
I don't know. That's
We
where
did-
I remember.
Oh, we did so many of them.
I don't know. I remember Jameson. That was the last beverage I remember taking. I took that shot, and that's very early in
Well,
the
because
night.
people were getting mad. We were buying Buka bombs.
Yeah.
And people were like, this shit sucks. Let me buy you a whiskey. Be like, yeah, sure, you can buy me a whiskey.
Yeah,
You were
whatever.
buying
Like-
those at a bar?
Yeah,
these
yeah.
Buka bombs?
We heard the Cinder doing it. It was great.
Okay. I was just thinking to myself, like, who goes to the liquor store and buys a bottle of Sambuca?
No. We were just making the girl Megan at the bar.
Sambuca and
pour
being
'em for us.
like, well, we'll figure it out.
Ben listening live says, Jesus, that sounds disgusting. It is. It is disgusting.
Ben, you have no class.
But you should
Ben.
at least
I'm
try
sorry.
one, but it's
Try
pretty
one.
Try
brutal.
one.
It's
Just try
terrible.
one.
I'll buy you one.
It's growing on me.
one.
He'll mail it to you. He'll mail it to you. It'll be fresh. We promise. Certified fresh. Money back guarantee. But he's buying it, so it's his money back. So you would owe him money then? I don't know how this works, Ben. Just try it out.
Yeah, if you
Somebody
if you
gets
don't
money.
if you don't like it, you have to send me $10.
Yeah, $7-10. Oh, speaking of
If this
sending-
isn't your favorite new shot,
Yeah.
you send me $10,000.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah,
I'm
fuck
coming.
you.
I'm coming to collect my money.
Speaking of sending $10, though, last week we talked about the wing debacle, the guy with the blue cheese,
Oh,
and the
yeah,
allergy.
yeah.
So yesterday or the day before, Veronica was looking through her mail, and she opens up.
Was there wings inside?
No, there was a money order for $10 from the guy who walked out on his tab.
Are you serious?
He sent in a fucking money order
In the mail?
in the mail.
Wow.
For $10, and she goes, Kyle, take your $5 tip. And I was like, 2 things. A, that is the most this guy has ever tipped me, and like might be all he's ever tipped me in the last 9 months. And that's just admission of guilt right there. When you pay somebody off, like, come on. You pay off, you have like a lawsuit and you just settle out of court. It's admission of guilt. It's you saying that it's either I just want to be done with it, but usually it's admission of guilt.
Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe the dude was trying to eat wings, but he shit himself.
Maybe.
Felt
Ooh.
bad and was like, I can't go back in there.
Yeah, maybe he did shit himself. I like that idea. That's a good theory to throw out there.
That's a great thing to do. Next time I poop myself at the bar,
You're just walking
I'm
out
just
of your
gonna
tab.
get fucking mad at the bartender. You know what?
you.
Fuck you. This place sucks. I'm leaving. Then send a fucking
No
money
more.
order through the mail.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna try
I think my
I
tab-
shit myself. I want to get out of this tab. You took it to a whole nother.
Yeah.
No, that's what this
I
guy
constantly shit myself.
This is proper etiquette, though.
So
if you
if
shit
I wanna
yourself
get
at
out
the
of
bar.
it.
Yeah.
I understand.
You drink enough booga bombs, eat enough fucking deep fried hot dogs.
Oh.
I guess shitting yourself isn't that uncommon.
Buka bombs, empanadas, and fried hot dogs.
That
Recipe
is a
to shit
diet.
yourself right
Yeah.
there.
That's why I'm
fucking
sorry for the
word.
coffee and all that. I've been sick since
just been
that
sick.
night.
Been sick,
It's been
man.
terrible.
Buka bombs.
Well, maybe we should not do any buka bombs tonight. Luckily, we don't have any
don't have
buka
any.
or bomb.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, in news today, I did want to point out something that I just saw before we went live.
Okay.
Whitey Bulger died.
Yeah.
The Boston-based. No, that was Whitey Ford. He was
already
the
dead.
Boston-based crime guy. He was like
He was
a
a
big
mobster.
boss. He was the mobster that
I
Johnny
did
Depp
see
played
that.
him in that movie White Mask or Black Mask
Wait,
or
was
whatever.
he killed though?
He was killed in
Okay,
prison. They're
'cause I-
saying it was a murder.
Okay.
He was 89 years old. And this is
Goddamn,
where
dude.
I started looking at it. He's 89 years old. He got arrested in 2011, which means he was 81 years old.
right.
He first got arrested in like 1951, 1952, something like that. Now, this guy was an FBI informant. He ran like the Boston crime scene. The Jack Nicholson character in The Departed is based mostly on him, like his real life persona. Now,
Wait, he just had a movie made about him. Right?
yeah, the Johnny Depp Black Mass.
You
Yeah.
think somebody didn't know for a long time and then
And then saw the movie.
yeah,
I really hope Johnny Depp got him killed.
maybe.
They were just like, I don't fucking like this movie. Like, this movie was fucking your life was stupid. Fuck you. I don't care what you did in Boston, man. But, like, fuck you. Like, this movie is horseshit.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Fucking
Fuck you.
kill him.
Fuck him. Oh, I even see Orlando Bloom. Just association here, man. Like, I don't fucking like him.
Orlando Bloom.
Keira Knightley. No, because they were in Pirates.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Disney's getting killed off.
Everything. Yeah.
Maybe I got
Aladdin's
poisoned because I dressed like a pirate.
Maybe you did. Oh, no.
That's why I'm feeling sick.
Him. Everybody's after Whitey. Everybody, but they killed him.
That is pretty crazy.
But 81. Can you imagine? Like, you got away for 81 years. I mean, not all of them, but I'm assuming at least 60 of them. You've been this crazy crime boss. You've been all over the world, all over the country, doing whatever the fuck you wanted, just running the world, running your world, doing everything you could possibly ever imagine to do.
Right.
And then at 81, you get, I mean, that last 8 years in prison, you kind of just have to sit back and just be like, I had a pretty good run, Like, I had a good run. It was all right. And then you get murdered in prison.
Up that he was going to die after the movie.
You think, he hated the movie so bad he got somebody to kill him.
Kill me.
He was like, Johnny Depp ruined my reputation. I don't like Johnny Depp anymore.
Kill me.
No, they said killed. He was killed. That's what the articles are all saying.
89 in prison, I would just be like,
wouldn't you just be dead? Wouldn't you do it yourself?
Over this now.
I would do it myself at that point. I do think.
Ben says playing ball, running mobs.
Yeah, playing ball and running mobs. That's what he did.
Well, he said lots of whiteys in Boston.
Lots of whiteys in Boston.
Yeah,
name,
lots
I guess.
of them. Yeah.
Is that his real name?
James. I think it's James Whitey.
They call him Whitey because he was white.
He had white hair. I don't know if that was a young thing. I don't know if he had like the whole Steve Martin thing going on, but he had white hair.
Steve Martin.
But yeah, so that happened. So rest in peace, you dirty dead motherfucker. Another fun thing that happened.
Did he wait till Boston won the?
Yeah, I think that they won and then he got killed. Yeah, he got killed the morning
that was
after.
In his contract
Maybe
for the
that's
movie.
what happened. Maybe Johnny Depp killed him because Boston won.
Maybe.
Too busy watching the World Series.
Yeah, to not see someone poison him. Yeah. All right. So another great thing that happened. I talked to Zach about this the other day. It was a great thing. Another great thing. Yeah, Whitey Bulger dying is great. He was terrible. 50 Cent is my new favorite person for a great reason.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard this, but Ja Rule had a concert on the 26th, and there were tickets for the first couple of rows for $15.
Okay.
50 Cent went online and spent $3,000 and bought 200 tickets for the front row of Ja Rule's show so nobody would be sitting in the front rows.
Damn, dude.
How awesome is 50 Cent right now?
I mean, he's still got the money.
He's still got the money. He can just fucking do it. Like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. There you go, man. There you go. Now, you said, Zach, that they've kind of had shit for forever.
Since like 1999.
So is it based in the idea that 50 Cent is an actual writer and Ja Rule is like kind of just like
it's old. It started on old street beef.
Yeah, didn't he get shot from one of his?
No, it was the other. So supposedly a friend of 50 Cent or a guy that 50 Cent was hanging with robbed Ja Rule.
Okay.
In '99. Now that's what 50 says. Now Ja Rule says that 50 Cent just doesn't like him because he didn't like that Ja Rule was getting popular.
Okay.
And then
so it doesn't have
since then it's been like the most I'm trying to find a way like the least mainstream feud almost.
Yeah.
It's just like it's been going on and people don't even give a fuck anymore. Like, yeah, we know y'all hate each other.
Because it seems that there's a lot of shit from 50 Cent to him just on Twitter, just like trolling him and just being an asshole to him. Like he's just kind of established that they're just he's gonna do whatever he can to fuck with the guy.
Yeah,
sure.
Like
it's funny that that's the level that it's at now.
Yeah,
because it was like, oh, you robbed me.
I'm gonna shoot
now
you.
It's like I'm gonna buy all the seats to the front row of your show.
Well, it's got to be a slap in the face because what the fuck is Ja Rule doing?
Well, exactly.
Seriously, like 50 Cent's still like doing shit. He's
50
acting.
Cent's not really making music either.
Yeah,
so.
but he's acting like he's still making money. Ja Rule's like, I gotta pay for my 2-bedroom apartment. He's like,
Ja Rule was like,
the feud is not part of the music anymore.
Yeah,
it's like neither of them are writing diss tracks to each other.
No.
20 years later,
that would be sweet if they did.
I mean, they used to. They used to do it when they were both making
bring
music.
It back.
Yeah,
but now it's a Twitter
like an old feud that it's kind of silly at this point.
Yeah. The world has to pay 50 cents. Sorry, Ja Rule.
Now,
Like, you are not... Sorry, like, you had a couple hot songs that I liked, but you know what?
Well, we were even saying that
lost.
Ja Rule, all of his good songs are songs that he's like featured on. It's not Ja Rule songs.
Yeah.
And the one song that he sings, that J-Lo song where he actually like sings, yes, man, it's fucking god awful. Yeah. And when I was trying to think of a good Ja Rule song the other day that's just Ja Rule, all I could think of were Nelly songs. Because I just kept getting them confused.
I can't think of an actual like.
I don't know just Ja Rule.
Yeah. I couldn't help you out.
I don't know. It's crazy.
I mean, I can't say I ever particularly listened to Ja Rule to begin with, so I'd have a hard time giving the name of the song, but I would feel like I'd confuse him with Nelly.
They're of the era, you know? I was like, he was the Band-Aid guy? No, not the Band-Aid guy. That was Nelly. Racist? Okay. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, only if you want it to be. Do you want it to be? Probably not. So we'll just say no, it's not. Ja Rule. Okay, what comes up? Mesmerize featuring Ashanti.
Yeah, there's
Always
a couple
on
songs
Time.
with Ashanti.
Okay.
Then it's all about 50 Cent.
But that's like the type of songs where it's like it's me featuring somebody else.
But one, if I looked at 50 Cent, there'd be a whole list.
Oh yeah, but
is there a Ja Rule like 50 Cent song, and then like maybe that's where things went like awry?
Yeah, they never come.
They never did a song together. No, they talked a lot of shit on each other though in songs.
Now, what artist? I want to just know everybody's answer to this. What artist, if you could buy the front 2 rows of any artist's like concert,
as a fuck you,
who would it be? Who would you pick?
At this point, especially at this point in their career, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith?
You can't afford to buy the front end.
How much do you think that would be?
A whole lot of money, dude.
I mean, front row?
Lot of money.
Those are big rows.
200 seats?
Yeah.
Or more.
I mean, he had 200 seats at $15 a pop. Dude, you're talking at least $500.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying I can afford to fucking do that. But if I had the money to do that and it was a fuck you, Aerosmith.
Yeah. Oh, well, Aerosmith because they have the Vegas residency.
That actually might
Vegas
be cheap.
Right now. What are the
Would you just buy one night, just all of the front row of the Vegas residency?
Yeah, fuck
That'd be good. Yeah. What about you guys? Any artists that you would just send a big fuck you to?
I would say Limp Bizkit, because I don't understand how they're still performing.
Do they perform still?
They just played something. He almost got he almost got drop kicked by like the lead ICP.
Shaggy Too Dope went to drop kick right there
so bad. Like
I know all about this because I am not only a huge Limp Bizkit fan, I also love ICP.
Really?
I do. I just fucking can't help myself.
Too. It's like 20 years later. What are you both doing?
Yeah, but they have done songs together. There's this whole conspiracy because they used to be wrestlers, ICP. That the kick, if you look at it in slow motion, it looks like a wrestling kick.
Wait, they were professional wrestlers?
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't know
they had their own wrestling league.
I did not know that.
We'll do a whole show on ICP. We'll get fucking Tommy Rice up here.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks like it's one of those fake kicks you would do, and then somebody would react and it would look real. Yeah. Just they forgot to tell Fred about it.
All right, now Joe, who would you buy the front rows to? Front row tickets?
I don't know if I could name anyone in particular.
There's not somebody that pisses you off so much that you just wanted to have them show up. Somebody that's cocky as fuck. Somebody that's like thinking they're the great. Like honestly, I'll just say mine. I would just do Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Like after like that shit last month, I would just do it just to be like, let's just get rid of your front row. Granted, that's taking the front row of like a Killer show or whoever the fuck he's opening for.
Yeah.
Maybe Beyonce.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You want to go after Queen Bey?
I can't stand it, dude. All these artists that just all their songs are a fucking chorus and an annoying ass beat drives me insane.
I'm with you on Beyonce.
I don't care how good of an artist you used to be. You're fucking
Goldmember was like 15 years ago, lady. Nobody cares how good you were in an Austin Powers movie 15 years. That's what she's famous for, right?
Yes.
Austin Powers?
Yes.
That and her appearance on Smart Guy. Those are the two things I know her from.
Yeah. I would go back in time and see Destiny's Child live. Though.
Yeah, you would? Would you buy the front row of there?
Yeah, and then throw a party.
All right, who would you try to fuck over by buying a front row?
Great. I really don't know. I got caught up looking at the price of Aerosmith.
So what's Aerosmith's front row?
Front row. on a shit night, $750.
Nice.
On a good night, $1,500.
Well, it would definitely be on a good night.
Yeah, you'd buy the $1,500. It's a Friday night. It's the 9 o'clock Friday show.
Maybe if I saw Aerosmith back in like the 70s, I'd be like, yeah, you know, I'd go see them. But now, dude,
honestly, I'd probably go up to early mid 90s, right before Armageddon, like right before Armageddon.
Of the guitar player on the street playing one of Aerosmith's songs. I forget which one it was, one of the famous ones.
Yeah.
And Steven Tyler happens to be walking down the street, so he comes up and he sings with them, but he forgets the words to his own
Nice.
Dude, you know how much drugs those guys did back in the late 70s or
all of them. I think they own all of the drugs.
They were
still.
So gone.
Yeah.
I only want to go if they start the show with Steven Tyler just shoving his fist down his own throat.
Does he do that?
You ever seen that? He can open his mouth that
I've never noticed.
He fits like his entire fist in his mouth. Yeah, I'm assuming he was like.
You think him and like Mick Jagger ever just like went like fist for fist in mouth? They're just like, I can go this deep in my mouth.
I think they might actually just be the same.
Yeah, because they're the same. They're just a pair of lips.
You know who I would buy the front row tickets out of? Imagine Dragons.
Oh my God! Yes.
Not because I
buy every single fucking
hate them that much.
Yeah.
They're unoffensive and whatever.
You know they were
they
Mormon?
just need to be kicked down a notch.
They were Mormon.
They were
Guy Fieri of music.
Yeah.
You know, they've
never done anything wrong. Oh,
but they do nothing.
Yeah,
it's just like this song has a verse and
yeah,
they were Mormons.
It's a douche level. There's just a douche level to it. Yeah,
they were Mormons.
They were. I think they've probably been. Yeah, they've definitely been kicked out at this point.
I'm hoping they turned into the next Nickelback.
They're imagining dragons. That's very against
me and Mark had a conversation about that band today.
Nickelback when they were around.
That yeah,
people like Nickelback. They did. It was terrible.
That was a fucking thing.
People loved it.
But that Imagine Dragons
in our country's history.
That was when 9/11 happened. We could probably blame it on Nickelback, I think.
Maybe.
Probably.
Could have been.
There's got to be a theory out there that it's Nickelback.
Nickelback on 9/11.
That's why they're big
in September.
Because their huge album that blew them up came out on September 11th. So Silver Side Up. I have this whole conspiracy already.
George Bush and Nickelback were behind 9/11.
So
you heard it first.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of albums, including like Blueprint 2 by Jay-Z that came out. But I believe Nickelback got so famous off that album because after September 11th, your average middle class American was mad.
Yeah.
We were mad, and we were going to go over there and get those fucking terrorists.
Yeah.
And you wanted to hear something with a little more...
You want to hear America.
Pizzazz.
They're from Canada.
They're from Canada. They are from Canada.
America.
But nothing says middle America more than Nickelback.
Like a blonde dude with a creepy goatee.
They blew up
America.
because they were like, this is America, and I need a song that's heavy. I don't need death metal, but I want something on the radio that makes me feel red-blooded.
Yeah, that was Toby Keith and Nickelback were just fucking thriving.
Toby Keith
because the average American who had money, your average middle-class American was mad.
Yeah. They were. Now, all right, we're going to jump to our first break right here. Our first break, again, we're going to be playing the music of Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups. They're from Brooklyn, New York, where, as I was discussing with them, they sadly don't have an Arby's. They were very upset that they don't have an Arby's
in all of Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, there's no Arby's apparently.
Wow,
yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah, they said that
one of the million fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, they asked me. They asked me. They're like, "Where in Pennsylvania are you guys at?" And I was just like, "Oh, we're in Stroudsburg." And they were just like, "Oh, we stop at that Arby's whenever we're going."
What?
And I was like, "Really? That's what you know?" So they're like, "Yeah, the one in the Walmart park." And I was like, "All right, cool." So we're gonna be playing their song called Filth Eater. It's off their second album, but they just dropped a third album called We're All Dead. It's out now, and they're gonna be playing shows left and right this fall, so check them out on social medias and their website, which is chestymalone.com, for more information. We're gonna be playing their song, and then we actually they gave us some artwork that we're gonna be throwing up there as well. So if you're listening live, you can check out all the information that's going to be along with the artwork. And if you're listening in the future, you're just going to hear a really fucking brutal song. It's a little low, so might want to turn up your headphones a little bit. It's a little low.
It's a little low.
It's a little low. So if you're listening, if this was already loud for you, you just got to pump it up just a little bit because it's not gonna. You're gonna want to hear it. It's a little quiet. All right, so we're going to jump to our break.
Hang on 1 second.
In 1 second.
Yes, 1 second.
1 second.
My bad.
We're breaking. All right.
Actually, I can do this.
We're cutting out? Are we playing it?
No, we're good.
We're ready? All right, so here we go. This is, again, Filth Eater from Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups out of Brooklyn, New York. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
K-Tel presents one of the all-time feel-good partying bands of all time, Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups, with all of their feel-good partying tunes of all time, including, but not limited to, The Trouble with Cannibals. And the all-time favorite, Beaver Shot. And let's not forget, Quest for Flesh.
Hey man, is that Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups?
Yeah, man.
Well, turn it up, man.
All right. Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups for all your partying needs. From K-Tel Records, no guarantees or refunds. Sorry for the crying babies, everybody.
Still no refunds.
All right. We are back.
Wow.
Welcome back to Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. Sorry for anybody listening live. There was a little bit of an audio delay there. Following this song, there was a quick, there was an ad there for, they're available for all your partying needs, guys. Yeah. If you need a haunting, fucking kick-ass, baby crying party, Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
don't tell me what to do.
I'm never telling you what to do. Except for that. Change the image. There you go. Now, this week, we were a little late getting live. Mostly because, again, we decided to tackle a long song.
Yeah. Motherfucking long, stupid song.
Now, how long did it come out to, Zach?
7 minutes and 1 second.
7 minutes
and 1 second. Actually, longer than last week's song.
Last week's was like 6:30 almost, something around there.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to keep going. We're going to build on it. We're going to keep building. Now, this week, we, as we stated in last week's episode, we went with a Type O Negative feel.
Right.
The inspiration of Type O Negative. Now, Zach, it was your choice to do this. Why did you choose this style of song? This style of for this week's episode?
It's the best band listened to on Halloween.
It's a good reason. Do they have?
It is a very good.
It's the best band for fall. For me, it is.
Very hollow.
Yeah.
Very gloomy, man.
The voice and trying to do his style voice for the recording. I literally was just down here, just like going for a while. He is the lowest. Like I kept saying,
he's 9 fucking feet tall.
Yeah, he's like 6'8" or something like that. He's got a 14.5 foot long wiener.
Yeah.
It's very misproportioned. But his voice, I said that it sounds like the thing I was channeling. It's Elvis mixed with Cher.
Right.
Like it is this.
Well, you were worried about getting caught up either Johnny Cash,
like getting like a country twang to it and trying to get low like in that way. But his voice is just it's haunting. It's weird. And,
it is. Well,
and it definitely does add to the fall feeling.
It feels like the recordings are hollow, like there's an empty space around you. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. Like, the way that they recorded his vocals and the way his voice comes
something
out.
Zach pointed out before. You said the first, how many albums they didn't use a real drummer? Like the first 3?
Believe, they used the
canned drums, right? So that could, like, even, like you said, it adds to kind of how precise and on point they are for how little money they had. Like how precise they were, but I think that kind of does add to the kind of the hollow feeling there a little bit because it is kind of it's haunting, and it's almost witchy feeling to it, and especially if you watch like the music videos along with it.
Now ours is not nearly gonna be that good.
No, I mean, hey, we did it in 2.5 hours. We recorded a song once again, but yeah, we're definitely talking them up. Now, we did an episode on the original run that we released as a special release on YouTube only, where we talked about both Typo Negative and Green Day. On that episode, we said that we should do a cover of a Cher song, Do You Believe in Life After Love? Right. That was going through my head the entire time while we were recording it, and that's why it's, again, Elvis meets Cher.
Sure.
Now, Justin, as far as like the drumming side of it goes for this, like their style of music and what we were going for today, what was, I don't know, what was kind of like the driving force behind your drums?
I don't know, I was... In a sense, I was mimicking some of the drums. Like, they use very simple... And I don't know if that's because it's recorded with a lot of drum machine shit.
Yeah.
You know, they do have a drummer that plays, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just try and keep it simple, but...
Keep it simple, have fun, a lot of heavy on the toms in certain points. More on the snare. Cymbals. Yeah, more of the snare cymbals, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Zach, as far as writing the actual guitar side of it, what is like what do you draw from there for the guitar, like the influence? Is it because there's almost like an upbeat to certain parts of the music that in the song that we wrote? There's a little bit of an upbeat feel.
They do chord progressions that usually start out in a minor.
Okay.
And then have a major chord in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And then go back to the gloom. So it's like almost like a melancholy gloom.
Okay.
And they just usually they stick right with that they pick a gloomy chord progression with one nice chord in it,
right,
and just play around it.
Hell yeah. Now, aside from Typo Negative themselves, what are your other fall bands? What are the bands that you go to in this time of year?
It's not necessarily bands, but albums.
Albums?
So like Koi no Yokan or Koyo.
Yeah, Koyo no Kan. Yeah.
Actual album is Deftones.
Yep.
That's a big fall album. Slipknot.
Slipknot?
Yeah, the first Slipknot.
Okay. Do you listen to that year round?
Stuff. No, I mean...
Or is it mostly just fall for you?
Some of it's mostly just fall for me, man.
Yeah.
You know, like... Definitely, I'm not listening to the original Slipknot all year long.
Yeah.
Like, that's... I listen to it because that's when
it's real nice out. It just reminds you, harkens back to that time. What about you, Zach? Any other bands that are kind of...
I do like to go back to Soundgarden.
Okay.
And Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a great fall band.
The name alone is a good fall name, you know?
And then, you know, like we said last week, Opeth.
Yeah.
Probably is up there as like one of the greatest fall bands. Anything that's...
There's a lot of heavy stuff that I listen to, yeah.
But with like a melancholy sad, like not just like...
Mogwai's good for this time of year.
See, for me, the two biggest ones I feel for this time of year have always been Thrice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And especially like Visu on, like the earlier stuff is great. The earlier stuff I'll listen to all year long. But after Visu, once they got a little bit weirder, a little bit more, like they were just as melancholy, if not more, and they just the tone of it all just got kind of darker and more somber feeling. Yeah. And then Thursday, literally anything by Thursday.
True, yeah.
And then I feel like maybe War All the Time is the album that when it came out, I thought it was going to be the album that they dropped off and they just got bad at, because the two leading up to that were so fucking good. And then that came out, I was like, this isn't gonna be good. And I heard it and I was like, this is their best fucking album, man. So good. It is so fucking good.
I love all their albums, though.
That's my fall's emo season.
Yeah, dude. You go back to that. Bayside Brand New. I definitely see. I will rock them all year long. Those two bands specifically.
The new album, though.
Yeah,
the new brand new album.
The new Science Fiction is definitely
it's so weird.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's so. I don't know, man. It's a good fucking.
When did that come out?
That was last year.
That was last year.
Like last fall, like September.
Yeah. So it's like it hit that moment. It just has that sound. It almost has a type of negative deadness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember listening to it and being cold. Like being outside at work and listening to that one again and again.
Well,
yeah, that came out.
Saw them, what, in November or something?
Yeah, and then we saw them in when it wasn't winter quite yet, but it was cold.
Yeah, I saw them right at the end of October last year, and then they stopped playing shows like 5 days later because something happened.
What, were you at the...
I was in South Carolina 5 days before.
I saw them at, not Mount Airy, the one out in Bethlehem. Sands?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, did not make it to that. Now, Josh, do you have any bands? Joe already said brand new. Any bands that you go to in the fall?
I don't know. A lot of 90s throwbacks, I feel like. I don't know why. Yeah.
It's kind of like the comfort way. Yeah, you go with what you feel comfortable
put on
with.
A flannel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I don't think we really need to dick around more about this. I want to hear this fucking song.
We haven't heard it yet.
We haven't really heard it. We've heard bits of it. I want to hear this song, and when we come back, we're going to be talking to the guys from Abomination Brewing more about their beer and about what they have going on. So we're going to jump right into this. And Purity Ring, Ben says. Purity Ring is a band, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Purity Ring.
Okay. I remember Promise Ring.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And then I remember the song Broken Promise Ring by the Ataris. I don't know Purity Ring. Oh, that actually is a note I have on my phone, though, before we go to break. You ever use a cock ring?
Yep.
Yeah?
No.
You have?
No.
Like, legitimately you have?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. What good experience with it?
Yeah, it's great.
There was a conversation that came up at the bar the other day.
If you're fucked up, you need it.
You need it?
I got to the point where if I, shit, I tie a rubber band around my dick.
Hair tie works in an emergency.
Hair tie is good, yeah. Because I always got a hair tie or two on me.
You do?
You want to have a long-lasting party?
Yeah.
And you want to be super fucked up?
Yeah.
It works.
All right. Well, hey, you're hearing it here.
It's not just for
first.
fashion.
It's not just for fashion. That's for first right there.
There's a reason they're still making them.
There's a reason they're still in existence.
Cock rings. Just for fashion.
Our new sponsor, Cock Rings.
Yes.
Not just for fashion. All right. Well, we're going to play our song. It's Justin on drums, Zach doing most everything, and then me singing. Again, 2.5 hours, a 7-minute and 1 second song. And do we have a name for it? Does it say Hello Wiener?
Hello Wiener.
Hello Wiener.
Yeah.
Hello Wiener. He had a giant wiener.
You mean I save it when I start it? So
yeah, before
I don't know what the lyrics are yet, so I'm just gonna write something that's gonna jog my memory.
Well, Hello Wiener here on the episode Softbutt.
Brought to you by Cock Rings.
Brought to you by Cock Rings and the Cinder Inn. Alrighty, there we go. I'm forcing her to be a Veronica has no choice. She's our sponsor. She told me she wouldn't give me any of your mom's chili because she was running low. So we don't have your mom's chili to eat tonight, so that's unfortunate. Either way, Hello Wiener. Here we go. We'll see you in about an hour.
Later.
Bye. I want to feel what you have forgotten. I want to love in ways you've not in a lifetime. Bring out the good. Bring out the bad. Bring out something real, something true, something you've had. I want you to feel what
I've loved and died. Want you to love in ways with no cost. Just let it be just find your freedom. There's
Alrighty. Oh, there it is. That was long at the end there.
Yeah, it was.
Like, you were really pushing for that 701 there.
Yeah.
Really pushing for it. We're going to have to break the record. I really hope we never break that record. It's a long song.
That was a long
That's
song.
a long song.
It's
fucking good.
That was a good song, yeah.
Good on you.
I like it.
Good on you, brother.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now,
I do eventually want to start getting these out for download.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we've decided yet on what we want to do for the people.
Right.
I do want to put them on iTunes, but I also do want to figure out a way to give them.
I think we should just self-release them, man.
Yeah.
Like, fuck dealing with iTunes, just self-release it.
Self-release?
Put it somewhere where there's like a link to download it. Yeah. Where you gotta fucking sign up for a... We gotta give us your email and your social security number and your...
We need all of that information, actually. Even if you're not getting the music, we just need credit card, social, address, all of your next of kin. That's what we need.
Dope.
Alrighty. Now, once again, joining us tonight and providing the beverages we are consuming, Abomination Brewing is in the house. Again, it is Joe and Josh.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, both times that was Joe. That's great. That's great. All right. Now,
two people.
Tell us a little bit about your brewery. I've done minimal research on you guys. And
as per usual.
You guys, you're self-described as a nomadic brewery, correct?
Yeah.
Now, explain exactly what that is, how you got into that.
So it always kind of started with this idea of contract brewing, which is we'll go to a brewery and we'll produce our beer there.
Okay.
Or in some cases we give them a recipe and they produce it, but we can be there and oversee the whole process.
That's cool.
And so it allows us to not have a facility, but still commercially produce beer.
Hell yeah. Now, who have you, is there anybody that you've worked with locally in the area, or who are the biggest, or the people you've contributed or worked together with?
In the area, no. We do a lot of collaborations, but we're currently working with 12% Beer Project.
Okay.
And they help us distribute our beer into different places and help us find a brewery to produce it at. So, like, our most recent, our only can release that was only ours, I have here, and I guess we can try that one in a minute.
Yeah.
Not from concentrate. We brewed that at Voracious Brewery up in Connecticut.
Oh, hell yeah.
And... yeah.
Were you like awesome. Connecticut? Or
well, dude, that's that's a hell of a drive to get up there, man.
Yeah, we had to go up. We had to start brewing at 6 in the fucking morning. I worked the night before until 12. Nice. Didn't get to sleep till like 1:30. We had to leave at 2:30, something like that.
Yeah.
It was like a 3.5 hour drive. We got up there. We were there for fucking 18 hours. Didn't get home till 11 o'clock in the morning, basically on an hour-long nap.
Jesus.
That was our own fault. We went to go grab some food and check out the local beer.
Oh, we were still there till like 6, 7 o'clock brewing. Yeah. But yeah, it was a fucking long day.
So you did all of it in one day up there?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's impressive.
Yeah, their system was undersized for the amount that we released. We did 15 barrels of beer, which there's roughly 30 gallons per barrel.
Okay.
And they had a 7-barrel system, so we had to do it twice. So something that would have taken 5-6 hours if we had just brewed 7 barrels of beer took us not quite twice the amount of time, but probably took us like 8 to 9 hours to brew that.
Hell yeah. Now, as far as the ingredients that you guys like to use, do you try to stay more local? Do you try to stay more like locally sourced or anything like that? Or how do you figure out what you're going to use to make
when we do small batch stuff, we definitely try and do local. So like the one beer that we have, Foraging with Friends, that entire, all the fruit in that, other than like 20 pounds,
Yeah.
That was all local foraged blackberries and raspberries.
Really? Like you went out in the woods and just got them.
Stepped on a fucking a copperhead in the process.
Yeah, that was with our friends at Snitz Creek. The brewer Monkey, he took us out in Harrisburg. He's got a spot, and it was just like all raspberry and blackberry.
Hell yeah,
that's crazy.
And we were out there picking for a couple hours.
Like 60 pounds.
He had gotten a bunch prior to that, so it was that was fun.
Now, when you're choosing the ingredients and you're looking at something like hops, is it for a small project? Is it difficult to get like the bulk that you need, or do they try to sell you at like a crazy high level, or is it an easier thing to obtain? Because if you told me go buy hops right now, yeah, you're gonna be here like a week and I'm still gonna be looking for fucking hops.
At like a homebrew level or a small batch level, it's way easier to get hops because like when you have a facility, you typically go through a hop contract.
Okay.
And that means like you just buy from that one company, so they might have you might need a specific hop and they don't sell that hop.
Okay.
So then that's
kind of like in a restaurant, you have like a food distributor or something that you buy things through.
You can only go through them. But the good thing about us is, so a lot of brewers have issues getting, I'll say Galaxy, because that's one hop that's just, you can't fucking get it. And the cool thing with us going through 12%, like they're so big and they deal with like the best brewers in the fucking world that we can get anything that we want. So like the first beer that we did, we were like kind of pussyfooting around the recipe. And there was Galaxy in it, and we kind of like, cut it down because we don't want to be like, oh yeah, fucking 800 pounds of this, blah, like go crazy about it. And we put it in there. He's like, that's all you're putting in there? Like they had no issues getting all the crazy stuff that we want.
So the creative liberty that you want to be able to take isn't thwarted by somebody higher up.
Usually the crazier we give them, the harder they try to get us what we need.
Which is awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's very...
they kind of described it to us as like we're like their recording artists.
Okay.
And they're the fucking record label, and anything that we want to do, they're going to pay for and they're going to let happen. So the weirder we want to get, they're okay with, which is awesome because like if we we're going out this and doing it all our own and bought all this equipment, we could do this weird stuff, but it would be a lot smaller batch and it would be a lot fewer and far between, whereas with these guys it's let's go balls to the walls and get crazy weird every single time, and they're all for it.
Now how many other projects of your size and in your style are there that you know of, other nomadic people going through what was the name of the company?
12%. So they produce for like 3 big guys: Stillwater, Evil Twin, and Omnipolo. And then there's a couple small guys like us, Decadent, Fat Orange Cat, Root and Branch. Is there another one?
I don't know if we can say.
Well, we can't say the last one.
Yeah, all right.
I think that's it. So there's like
one. All right.
There's 4 to 5 of us that are small. So like they like to release stuff like with the big guys and us, and kind of like introduce the small batch crazy stuff along.
Very cool.
It's a new thing they're doing.
How did you guys get hooked up with them?
It was kind of mutual. We kind of reached out to them, and they were looking at us at the same time, and they dug our art style and everything that we were doing, and the beers we were putting out, and it just kind of all clicked.
Now, before you hooked up with them, where were you brewing? Was it more garage? Was it like wherever you could set something up for enough time?
We were brewing super small batch, one barrel, and then hopping around, collabing.
Yeah,
nice.
This can that we have here, it's a little old at this point. It's a double IPA that we released probably like a month and a half ago.
Okay.
But that was the first beer that we ever canned on our own. We've done a couple of collaborations, like the Snitz Creek collaboration, and we're always at our friend's Rotunda out in Annville down by Harrisburg.
Okay.
So like we've done stuff with them, but this is the first beer that like we've made on our own. No
commercial,
no collaboration. Like we're making money off of this one.
Hell yeah.
This is ours.
And now the artwork on this one, who did the artwork for this?
This was the artwork was done by Earl Kess. The label layout was done by Henzi.
This is actually all of our artists on this one because Will did
and Will did our logo. So yeah,
that's awesome.
We've used 3 artists so far, and all 3 of them helped out on this label.
That's
so,
killer,
big
man.
Ups to them.
Now,
Henzi,
how? I mean, you said that a big part of your recognition kind of came from the art of what you were putting out, like not just the recipes and the beer that you were trying to make, but the art side of it. How important was that going into it for you guys to have an image that represented what you want? Because I know, Josh, you drew the one logo, correct?
I've done a couple.
The one with the actual, like the more sketched out. Yeah, that one, that guy there.
Oh yeah,
I love that. It is the weirdest. It's like a abominable snowman mixed with like a devil. It is fucking It is brutal. So you did that one. That was the first original design that you guys had.
It just kind of stemmed from there, and then I don't know why, but I started this 5 years probably ago now at this point, and that was like always one thing I just kept drawing and it just kept going to, and it was like, this is gonna kind of be the guy, and it kind of evolved from that into just like, let's get like weird fucked up monsters.
Yeah,
and just always have like the horns and kind of go with that style.
Well, you definitely, I mean, with the because this is the one that's got the guy slashing the fruit right down the middle, right? That look is fucking it is one of the coolest. I like the color scheme. Everything about the. If I walked through like Weiss and there was just like 50 bottles and 50 cans of beer, that one's just grabbing my attention. And that's what I love about it.
I've found plenty of good beers I love from art.
Yeah. It's the same thing with like records. How many times?
You
buy a record just because it looks cool, and you're like, all right,
imagery is very important.
It really works.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's the whole experience of actually drinking that beer too, the whole art aspect of it.
Yeah.
Hell
yeah,
just
man.
like a lot of people I know, like if I go to like a distributor or whatever, Weiss, the first thing that I'm looking for on a beer is like if their label catches my eye.
Right.
So
all right. Well, why don't we let's crack this open. So this is our first official brewery.
Do it in the mic.
In-house cracking it.
Nice.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay, so we're gonna pour a little bit.
So this
off.
is not from concentrate. It's blackberries, strawberries, lactose
like
milk sugar.
Milk sugar.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's what they called me in high school.
Milk sugar was his nickname. That was it. Because he had the milk and the sugar. All right. Now this, what is the ABV on this guy?
8.2, I believe.
Really? So it is it's a double IPA.
Yeah. It's probably upwards of 9 at this point, but.
Ooh. That's smooth, man.
Yeah.
That is delicious.
That's the one problem I have with some IPAs and double IPAs is how harsh the hops actually are. Or the bite is, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
It was never particularly crazy, but at this point it's probably mellowed out a little bit.
Yeah.
The thing about like dry hopping beers is it falls off insanely quick. So with it being like, when did we can it? Early October maybe? It was September.
Was the release, yeah. It's probably like 2 months old.
No, I definitely like it.
Hell yeah.
It's
now,
really
so in 2 months, I mean, a macro brewery is going to brew beer, bottle it, can it, and it's going to sit in the fucking shelves for a year.
Yeah.
Until you're like, why is this Budweiser still say America on it? But I just bought it today. For you guys, you're brewing this, and within 2 months, it is not at the same the peak level that it was.
Depends what kind of beer style it is. So like
certain
that sour
ones age better. Yeah.
Sours are great. They'll sit.
Yeah.
They can like that beer is. I actually like it better now, and it's probably 3-4 months out.
Nice.
Something like fruit. Stuff like that they'll hold up in beer. Hops just end up falling out; they don't stay. So instead of getting that like bite, you'll start to notice like malty characteristics of IPAs. So you'll get that sweetness.
Now, what
instead of that hop bite.
do the larger microbreweries or even the macrobreweries? What are they putting in it to sustain that flavoring longer? Is there just more preservatives or something along there? Is it the way they go about it?
Generally, there's no preservatives. I mean, maybe maybe in like Bud Light and Miller and stuff. They put. I heard something about corn syrup and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
I mean, technically,
probably that sweetness.
Yeah, technically.
They technically are. I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, that's what IPAs actually why they became.
Well, because that was one of my favorite things I ever learned was the going around Africa to India. They had to overhop it so that way the flavoring, sustained by the time you got there. It wasn't skunked. And then people just liked it.
They liked that taste
before it left.
So bitter back then.
Yeah.
But so like now, like a lot of those IPAs. So there's really like two different styles of IPAs: West Coast and these New England like juicy IPAs, like Northeastern IPAs.
East Coast, but
I'd say more East Coast, West Coast. But East Coast are just
they're too similar.
They're more juicy, don't have that hoppy bite character.
Yeah,
because those fade out.
You drink like a Lagunitas or something like that, it kind of just maintains that bite there.
It has that bite, and that's because they're hopping it a different way. That's adding it during like the boil, whereas we're adding it like after everything's done and adding it during fermentation. So with what they're doing is you're getting more bitter characteristics. With what we'd be doing is you're getting like the fruity, juicy characteristics that you can get from hops, like. We could brew an IPA like this and have it pretty much this juicy with only using hops, no fruit at all.
Hell yeah.
Which is pretty fucking cool.
Now, do you guys have to go to a specific brewery? Like when you find a brewery, you're looking for specific things for a specific brew? Or do they all have like pretty much the same equipment that you're using all the time?
It's hard because we have to go into places that are basically not at capacity.
Okay.
So it's hard trying to find places that are producing good quality beers that aren't at capacity.
I wouldn't say it like that.
No,
how would you say it?
So there's more traditional style breweries, which are what we typically go through, where they hit around the block. You get your saisons and your dark beers, your porters and your stouts and stuff, but a lot of these new breweries popping up are these like only do New England style IPAs, or they go for the hype factor, and that's a lot of what they produce. And that's not to say that they can't produce other things well, but these are these breweries who they're at max capacity because they're doing can releases all the time. They're having hundreds of thousands of people like in and out of their brewery. Whereas, like, we go to the places that they're putting out good beers, but they're not putting out, like, can releases, and they're not having a constant stream of people in and out their door because they're, like, the next hype thing. They're the breweries who produce really good beer, but they might not necessarily be going for the hype factor. They're going for the sustaining, long drive.
Now... Yeah, playing the long game there. Yeah. Now, something that I've noticed in the last, really since I turned 21, which is about 12 years ago, 12 years ago, right when I turned 21, the microbrew hit, like the craze hit really big, and everything got super hoppy. Like, In Your Face Hop Devil was, like a standard, and everything smelled like hot garbage, and it was just, how fucking hoppy can we make it? My opinion has always been hops are like garlic. It's a really great thing to have in a dish, but you don't necessarily always want to be just eating a piece of garlic,
True.
You need to add into it. Have you noticed in either your specific recipes or in others when you're looking at different microbreweries, people shying away from being crazy over hops now?
Oh God!
Or do you think that it's just a strong
it's like hot sauce, I think.
See, the thing is now, like
just doing
these New England IPAs, they're adding significantly more hops than have ever been added before. The thing about like these IPAs, like Hop Devil and like the majority of like Victory, or like the guys that you used to drink and were like insane, like Trogs and
oh hell yeah,
Bell's.
Troganator is one of the hardest beers to drink.
Troganator is my favorite beer in the world. It is
such a hard beer.
I drink it. That and Franziskaner or Dunkel. Oh, the two of them are literally like the greatest, darkest.
And Buka Bombs!
Buka Boys. Good boy.
Sponsored by cock rings and buka.
We do have.
You can't have one without the other, you know?
Cock
If you're a
rings,
buka boy, you got a cock ring.
You do.
If you got a cock ring, you love sambuca.
There better be a song about this next week.
Oh, we're gonna have to write one. We're gonna have to. This will be our new diss track to people who don't drink buka bombs. Oh fuck!
You
Gotta get so drunk off the buka bombs, your dick don't work.
So you guys, in the past, you used Kickstarter to fundraise. How was that? I've toyed with the idea for certain projects on using it. What was your personal experience using Kickstarter and the whole crowdfunding approach to things? Was it a positive experience? Were there a lot of like hidden like bullshit fees or anything like that? What was your experience with?
Kickstarter does take a percentage, but it's not a bullshit fee.
It's just a normal processing.
You know, they helped us get all this money. It wasn't an insane amount. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah, their website has to be able to function, so they have to charge something.
Yeah, they got to charge something.
Hell yeah.
And they do a great job. And they
good reception though. Like you guys.
It was touch and go at the end there. Like, we had a steady stream of people who donated. And then, you know, there were stretches where people didn't. And, you know, we're live feed on Facebook. And we're trying to do all these events for, like, our Kickstarter and yada yada. But it was
good yada yada.
Yeah, we made
it
like
2 hours,
something like that. We made our goal by like $120 or something.
And what happens if you didn't hit your goal there? You don't get any of it.
Yeah. It's all or nothing. So yeah, it like holds that money from those people, but then like if
it'll return them if you don't make it. Now, what did you give as like any incentive to people to donate, and then what did you use the money for?
Well. It wound up.
You don't have to tell me what you used all the money for, but what was the idea? What were you telling people you were using the money for?
Well, it was to help fund our project, which it did. We did a lot of promotion. We wound up help get us through a lot of beer fests and get merch and get some money rolling to start this project. A lot of the money went towards the Kickstarter rewards.
Okay.
We wound up having a lot of Kickstarter rewards. Like, we did hats and growlers. And
that's cool.
So this is to the people that donated.
Yeah.
So you basically, they donated. It helps you put stuff out.
Promotion anyway.
Yeah, so they're walking around with your shirt. They're walking around.
So yeah, we had it for them to donate, but then we had it when we go to beer fests and stuff. So like, because we can't make money, so that's how we make our money is merchandise.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that and we had a brew system for a little bit that wound up. We had a spot. It's a whole long story. Spot wound up not working out. We had to sell the brew system that we bought. So we bought that with the Kickstarter money and then got that money back.
All right. Kickstarter, don't listen to us. You're not listening.
Yeah, that was fun.
You're fine. It's okay. All right. Now, you guys on this upcoming Saturday, which is the day of my brother's wedding, the day of my brother's wedding.
It is now.
Yeah, it is. That's why I said I was interested in going. Because I am interested, but I'll be in Hershey actually, so I'll be right by where your beer is brewed, or where you work with them. But we, what is the event on Saturday that you have coming up? It's a can release.
Yeah, so we're releasing a collab with Stable 12 out in Phoenixville. It's double dry hop, double IPA with Mosaic, Idaho 7, Vic's Secret.
So it's a collaboration. Both companies came together. You guys worked on the recipe together. What is that process like? How did you hook up with them? Like, you again just through certain.
We met Stable 12 at beer festivals.
Got pretty drunk. We did a couple basically.
Okay, cool. Cool. And then so you just get drunk.
How these things go.
And then you start bullshitting ideas. Start throwing out random things.
Rotunda. So we've done like 6-7 collabs with them. The reason we became best friends with them was I was so wasted that I was fucking behind their tent, falling over their kegs at the end of a beer fest.
And like, we found this guy.
Best friends ever since then.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's our whole love story with Rotundi.
Hell yeah. Now what's the weirdest idea that you've come up with that you haven't been able to do yet? maybe not give anything away, but maybe something that you know you'll never do. Is there anything that you came up? Because I had a friend that was a home brewer, and he did. He was trying to do a jalapeno beer, and it was just every single. He kept doing it, and it was just god awful. And I've had good pepper beers, but you gotta have like a chocolatey pepper beer.
There's not really much we won't do. Generally, one of us will pitch like some weird fucking idea to each other, and then it doesn't take much convincing.
No, yeah, usually not. It's like, all right, it's weird, but how do we make it work? Like, at this point,
are there any specific ideas that you could put out there that wouldn't be like teasing too much or releasing information?
I had thrown out the idea of doing a 25% stout, but I was just joking around. But I mean, it's something that
did you have a thought behind other than just 25% stout?
No,
that was it.
That was it.
All right, I like that.
I've got a brilliant idea here. Yeah. So we start our own Kickstarter to get you guys to brew a beer for the show.
Ooh,
and then each of us, without telling the other one, picks two things.
And then we give it to you, and you guys have to figure it out.
We're not going to know what you guys are gonna pick, but you pick some flavors. I picked some flavors.
That would be an easy Kickstarter too. You can do that for like $100, $200. Set that up. Do something
crazy.
Wait for 200. I'll give $200. So we'll fucking do it.
Fuck Kickstarter. Why get that involved?
I got a job, motherfucker.
This shit was couch funded.
We should do that, man.
That would be phenomenal. I think we should do that.
And we just try to like fuck the other guys over. Like I'm gonna pick like fucking plums
and liver.
What do you want? Like a keg? We can do that for like $60. Let's get.
Fuck yeah! Let's do it.
This will be good. This will be good. We'll have to have a release party for it here with us.
We'll come and brew live, do all that crazy shit.
Maybe we need to wait till we get some video action up in here to do that full thing. But if not, even still,
we'll have fun.
We can do it multiple times if it's only going to cost that much.
We set up them brewing, and then we set up us playing.
Yeah. Ooh.
And while they're brewing, we're jamming.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm down with that.
If only brew and jam really rhyme.
Ideas are happening.
They are happening. They are happening. Now, one question that I thought of because I'm an asshole. What is the worst feedback you've ever gotten from one of your beers?
I mean, people can be pretty brutal,
whether online or in person. But I really would like to know the in-person one.
Most people really don't say shit in face. I mean, like at beer festivals.
Are you calling out all people saying they're pussies?
I am.
Yeah, they are.
100%.
They don't
say something to me. 100%. Come and fucking say something to me.
Everybody
fucking goes on Untappd and all this fucking rating apps and they fucking hide behind this bullshit. Joe's fucking holding me back at Beer Fest constantly because this is what kills me. Like, I don't give a fuck. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. That's fine. If you drink a beer and you don't like it,
you don't like it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But don't fucking put something and say, you're drinking a sour and go, I fucking hate sours. And then you give it a 0.5, like, you fucking can't appreciate it. That like I fucking hate a lot of things.
It'd be like going into a Marvel movie and being like, I don't like action or comic books or comedy.
Is Ryan Gosling in this? I fucking hate it, but I'm gonna watch it and fucking give it a terrible review. That's always,
I feel like the online review culture is that's everywhere with restaurants, with bars, with
Josh.
It doesn't matter. Just on people.
Yeah, if it's up to people, they're gonna review you like an asshole.
At a beer festival and you'll be like, where's Mark? He gave us a 0.5.
Who the fuck's Mark ass?
You gotta find him. Well, that's good marketing. You find him and you turn his opinion around by kicking his teeth in.
But I'm okay with opening. If you honestly don't like my beer, you like that style, whatever, that's fine. But I just hate the people that are like, oh, I hate this style of beer, and then they just fucking
So most of the bad ones are just shitty people online.
Yeah, like that's... I mean, there's some legitimate reviews. There's some not legitimate reviews. People, if you don't like the beer, you don't like the beer. But tell me why you don't like the beer.
Yeah,
exactly. It can help you guys with...
That's called criticism, and it's appreciated. Don't be like, I fucking hate sours while you're drinking my sour and rate it a 0.5 because all that's doing is fucking us over. You can not rate beers on Untappd.
Yeah, you can just say, I drank them.
Internet, that's a fucking thing.
You don't have
to
rate.
Check it in.
I did it. I was there.
Like, I hate coconuts, but I can appreciate a good coconut beer.
Absolutely.
The last time we drank that other half, I was like, I hate this, but it's good.
For what it is. You got to look at it for what it is.
I personally hate it, but I could see how other people like this.
Do you guys have a favorite beer? Like, is there something that you're drinking now or a go-to?
I'd say right now, just a lot of sours.
Go-tos are hard because the way craft beer is moving, it's just like everything's like limited batch.
Do you guys just drink craft beer though? Like I'm saying, like Miller Lite is like.
If you sit down at a bar, if you walk into any bar, if you sat down at the Cinder right now, knowing what the options of the Cinder are,
whatever IPA they have, it's usually Sam Adams or Lagunitas.
Okay. We got that shit.
I enjoy IPAs.
So any bar you walk into, you're most likely ordering on the IPA side.
Yeah, whatever commercial.
Yeah, whatever's available.
Micro is available. Like,
what about you, Josh? What's your go-to?
Probably what I'm going to.
It's
just
or
it's like I generally don't
a good solid lager. Yeah,
when I'm at home, like 5 days a week, I don't drink. Tuesdays we usually brew. Like there's like our Abomination Day. I'll have a couple of beers. We try and get something a little more on the craft side, but sometimes money is tight, and it doesn't end that way.
I've drank so much cheap beer, dude.
Yeah. Cheap beer, I mean, again, we've done beer taste tests on here and tasted some of the best of the worst and the worst of the best.
I always appreciate a Hams, man.
Oh, Hams is great.
It's a solid.
Fucking Hams.
It's a good salad.
It's not something that everybody has, though. Like, if I saw Hams on tap, I'd be like, what, $2
I've never
Hams
seen Hams on tap. Have you seen that?
Never seen it on tap
Never.
anywhere. Never seen it on tap. I mean, I've said it before in the past that there's a bar in Philly that I would go to. I think it was called Green Rock Tavern, and they had a $3 special for hams and cheese. And it was, you got a can of hams and a bag of Cheez-Its.
Nice. That's awesome.
And you just go home with 10 bags. And you go home with 10 bags of Cheez-Its. It's phenomenal.
That's great. Then that's lunch for the next fucking day.
It is lunch for the next day for sure. Or just the snack I'm eating when I get home after 10 hams, you know?
Yeah. I've been on the extra toasty Cheez-Its.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I have had them.
No.
They're
harder?
I enjoy something that's got a little bit of a burn to them.
Every once in a while, in like the Cheez-It box,
you get that
like,
one crispy.
One that's a little burnt.
Yeah.
And that's that special Cheez-It. Well, they made the whole fucking box.
That's like with potato chips. They did that, like, I know a lot of like smaller potato chip places started doing the dark ones.
The craft potato chip.
The craft potato. What's that lady, or what's that lady's named place up in like Canadensis or something like that?
Or no, you're talking about...
Callie's Candy Kitchen.
Yeah.
Her potato chips and the pretzels. Oh my god! But their dark potato chips are literally. I mean, we make fresh chips at the Cinder, and
they're good.
I just burn the fuck out of them when I want one. I'm just like leave them down there for 5 minutes, and they take like a minute and a half to cook, and just get them nice and crispy.
Yeah.
So there's no potato left in them. You know, that's my thing about potato chips. I just want the chip part of it. That's all I want, the chip part of it. Now, overall for you guys, what are your goals, your plans over the next, like, you know, you got the thing coming up this weekend, a nice release. What are your, like, foreseeing, like, the next, like, 6 months or so? What do you think, release-wise, what do you have coming up? Anything big, anything cool, or just whatever you come up with?
2 cans planned. That are like ours, that are our own, that are going to hit distribution. We have this collab. We have Beer Fest coming up this winter. I think, what did it say, January or February?
The Sherman one?
No, Kennett Square.
Oh. Are you not doing the Sherman one?
I don't believe we'll be doing the Sherman one.
Unfortunate. They could use some good beer there.
Yeah, that's the thing is...
I hear it's a terrible place.
It's not a fun beer fest from what I've heard.
Never again.
Yeah.
No, it was a shit show both years we did it.
And you did the first 2?
We did 2.
Okay.
Did they have live bands playing at the same time?
3
technically.
Yeah, was there live music or anything like that?
No, but they did put us right by the speakers both times.
Okay.
So it could have been live music.
It could have been. You just don't know.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to be doing that one again.
All right.
You know, they ran out of beer the last time we
That's
did
what
it.
I heard.
ran out of beer.
They ran out.
A lot of people were pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard the first year people were coming in. When I was working at Yard of Ale, they were coming in with their glasses, and they're like, "I didn't even put any beer in my glass that I paid for it." They said it was basically just like a cattle call of people that just got forced through a line to walk through everybody, and it was like every 6 tables you basically were able to taste something because they were just pushing you.
They oversold by like 500 tickets.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's crazy.
That's what I heard. But you got a better beer fest then coming up for you guys.
Yeah. Kennett guys are real awesome. It's a real good beer fest.
Where's that located?
Brewery in Kennett Square. It's like smack dab in the middle. Yeah, outside of Philly.
Very cool.
Yeah, awesome. So we're doing that. We should be putting out a bunch of cans coming up in the next couple months too. So.
You have any winter feeling beers? I'm a big sucker for. I mean, like I said. Like the box and anything along those lines. My number one winter beer has always been Mad Elf. Like once that comes out, I drink too much of it and
I would have brought you some. I have some from like 2 years ago.
Really? You got some? Ooh, dude. Yeah. Aged Mad. I did it 1 year. I aged one bottle for a year and I drank it a year after I got it.
It's too much. My sister got me a 6-pack for Christmas like 2 years ago, and I was just like,
first time I ever had Mad Elf. I was at Floods. And I asked Psycho, I'm like, hey man, what's the weirdest thing you got on tap right now? And he goes, oh, we got this one Trogs beer. And I'm like, oh, I've had like the couple of their beers. I'm like, yeah, give me that. So he gives me, I'm like, oh, this is really good. And he only would give me in like the 12-ounce little fancy cups. And I was like, this is really good. It's like a ruby red color to it. And I had like 4 of them. And then I stood up. And I went, oh, and I was just like, what the hell? He goes, yeah, this is like 11 something, 12 something. He's like, why'd you fucking drink them so quick? I'm like, you didn't tell me. Like, they just taste real good, man. Like, I don't know, they're delicious. They're fucking fun. You ever think of doing any like weird holiday themed beers or anything? You could go real pepperminty or cinnamony or chai flavored for the winter. Anything crazy along those lines?
We 25% just porter. Started putting out cans, so it hasn't really been on the mind yet. So like everything we brew is for brew festivals right now, and we haven't really done anything that crazy. I mean, in the past, I've homebrewed a beer with like cherries and like real piney hops and honey and smoked malt, and I was just like. Oh, and I did like Christmas spice, so like nutmeg, allspice, clove. And that was like, I'm just going to embody everything of Christmas into one beer.
Yeah. Because I kind of feel like, I mean, I've never brewed anything at home, but once you start getting the idea of it and the swing of it, you start going, oh, fuck. Like, what can I start throwing in here?
Well,
like, what can I start going with?
It's the easiest to just, like, fuck around.
Yeah. How much are people usually brewing for a home brew? Like, how many gallons do they brew?
I mean, on average, I'd say 5 gallons usually. But we tend to do about 15. Like, we have a half barrel. So we'll scale up to a barrel if we have to. If we got, like, a lot of events, we'll do, like, a full barrel and we'll fucking push them out.
Hell yeah.
That's always a bitch.
But we just did a fall beer for the first
time. Oh, we did,
ever.
Yeah. We never do that, but we did it.
Yeah. What?
I don't know, Justin. It happened again. Just so you know, you touched your ear and our ears. We got some weird circuit going on here.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. It's the whole house because I was having weird grounding issues upstairs today too.
Oh,
well, I think
it is Hallows Eve. It is Hallows Eve.
This is
the what?
Doorbell. The wires are just like hanging out outside.
We have a doorbell?
I guess there was, man.
There was.
I didn't know we had it. I've been living in this house for fucking 6 years.
I don't think there's anything. I don't think it's hooked up.
6 years, right? I've been here.
That's
I'm about to be 28. I moved in here when I was 22.
Damn.
You've been living here like at least 38 years.
38 years. Justin moved in this house in 1946.
Justin moved in before he was born.
He's been here. He watched his mother grow up across the street, and then
he built this in the womb. I heard.
Yes, he built it in the womb. And he comes out, and she was like, "What the hell?" And he was like, "This is an idea I have." How did you have all that room? Now. How did you have all that room in there?
Make a podcast here one day. You'll figure it out when it's
and he said it, and it was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything that you guys? Is there anything that you guys want to plug? You got the one more beer here, right? We got one more. What What is this one?
This was our collab with Snitz Creek. Foraging with Friends. So this is the beer that we went out and picked all the raspberries and blackberries for, and then we got local honey. And it's a sour. It's quite delightful.
Wonderful. Well,
Fenzi did this logo.
Yeah, Fenzi or Henzi, right? Like, I don't know. Sometimes he sends us his logo, and
you can't tell what it says.
Well, his first name is like Patrick. And his last name is Henzi. So sometimes he'll send us, and it'll have his logo on it, and it'll say P Henzi. So we're like Fenzi. And then other times
the Philadelphia
it just says Henzi.
Yeah.
So like I don't know what he's trying to go by. So
sure
Fenzi, Henzi.
We probably should.
All right. So what is?
We should know that, and that's a question we'll ask you if you're watching.
That is a fruity bouquet there. Look at that.
Blackberries, raspberries.
That is a
honey,
full nose.
Lactose. This beer's fucking.
That is now. This is sitting at what percentage when it was brewed?
Question.
7, I believe.
I think that one's sitting around 7 too.
Damn.
I don't know if that one's on the label.
Ooh.
I don't see it.
This one's like 7% though. I know that for.
Seriously, I have to say the sour has always been the bane of my it took me a long time to get IPA down, like to get through drinking IPAs and actually enjoying them. Kind of the same way with like red wine. Certain people, it's just you gotta it's an acquired taste, as you say. Sours, I quite literally have had like maybe 2 sours in my life that I was like, okay, that's pretty good. And most of them aren't really sours. It's like the pink from Yards. This isn't really a sour. Yeah. It's like a slightly tart cranberry style.
I want to make something that tastes like a fucking warhead.
Oh my god!
That's kind of like what these.
This
has the fruitiness with the tartness here works in a way that fruit juice should work. It reminds me of a champagne
in the beginning.
Ooh yeah,
and then turns into a warhead. Like that's what
it smells like a fucking liquid warhead.
Fancy warhead. Oh my. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude! I haven't had one of these in a minute. This is
it's been a little bit.
Damn,
it's got better.
Let you guys toot your own horn there for a second. That's good
sorry.
shit.
Does anybody have an extra pants?
Any extra pants? I do, but they're not here, so that doesn't help you at all. All right. Well, fuck yeah, man. I mean, this is delicious. I'm stoked that you guys decided to come on in and let us interview and bullshit with you. This Saturday, where is the event at?
Stable 12 in Phoenixville at 12. Get there early because we're going to sell out of that shit.
You're going to sell out. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Awesome. Well, we're going to wrap up this episode sipping this beer. I want to say a big thank you to the guys from Abomination Brewing here.
Thank you guys.
This is delicious. Wonderful chatting with you guys. Definitely have you, and we'll work on. Let's do a collaboration.
Yeah.
Friends Revenge, I think it should be called. Just like we all just fucking throw in ingredients.
Get Will to do a fucking weird label for us.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be phenomenal. He's got to
be the label. You guys brew live. We'll play live, and we get tattooed.
It'll be fun.
All right.
Oh yeah, Will's gonna tattoo our logo on us.
There we go. I'm getting an Abomination tattoo anyway.
All in one day. Let's just do it.
Just have him come over here.
Weirdest fucking party ever. It's gonna be great.
Maybe the
second or third weirdest party ever. Not really the weirdest.
I've been to some weird parties.
You've been to some.
Thrown some weird parties.
You've thrown some. You've worked some. You've just been around some. It's true. I want a big shout out again to Chesty Malone and the Slice 'em Ups. You can check them out at chestymalone.com, and they're on all the social medias, and I think they're available on the internet. I think you can find them on the internet.
Probably.
I've heard of the internet before.
I fairly slightly remember the internet. I think that's where they're at.
AOL, right?
AOL Time Warner. Yeah. They got it.
I've used it. I think that's an app.
I got that CD outside of the movie theater. The guy had it in a big bowl, and I took the free CD.
Yeah.
I got 35 hours. I got 35 hours of them. Sitting silently the entire time in the background has been Mr. Matt Murphy. I'm sorry, Pat Murphy. Hi, Pat.
Hi.
Hello,
well,
Pat.
he's been playing around with all the free merch we got from Cock Rings.
Very nice. Yeah. He's got all the cock rings he could use over there. He's been lasting this entire time.
His dick is so purple.
He wrecked.
Thanks again, Buka Boys and Cock Rings.
Buka Boys, Cock Rings, and the Cinder Inn. All three things that go together well. And then, as always, I want to give a shout out to the wonderful people over at Moot.tv for putting us out. Check us on Mondays, Moot.tv Mondays. They're dropping on iTunes and Stitcher. You can check out also the podcast, Let Me Ask You a Question. They just celebrated their 100th episode. So, like I said, if we had never stopped doing a show, we'd be right around there. Yeah. So, we're never going to catch up to them.
Dead.
Yeah, we'd be dead.
Stopped the show.
Yeah, we would have stopped it. We did stop it because
is that what we're doing
dead.
when we hit our 100th episode?
Yeah, we're stopping the show. And we're starting a new show. And get this, the name of the new show is called Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up.
All right.
That third show we're gonna do is called We Just Murdered Kyle. That's really what it's gonna be called. All right. But check that out. Check out Sean Araujo's podcast. Not movies. I think it's Sean and Jason make music. Sean and Justin make music. Something along those lines. And as always, with me here, we have Mr. Justin Olimpedo.
Hello.
And hello. And Mr. Zachary Storman. Thank you to Josh and Joe for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for the beer.
For Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up, I'm Kyle Mocha. And we're gonna jump into our theme song. Are we staying live? Are we staying live?
I'm always singing.
We're staying live.
I'm singing it.
We're doing it all the way through to the
good.
end. It's the best song we've ever written. Let's pump it out here so everyone can hear it and sing along.
I can't.
You can't do that.
There's so much feedback, dude.
Headphones so everyone can hear it.
I can't keep it.
I'm doing the headphones.
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him, we're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experimental pieces of shit. Shit.